Hello and welcome back to 16 weeks of SATs with myself, Andrew. And in this video, we're going to be looking at a really simple subject area, or a subject area that we might not think is so simple, which is noun phrases. Now, having prepped this video, one of the best things about noun phrases is that when I've actually scanned through the SATs papers, there aren't that many questions that are involving noun phrases. So first and foremost, I always found that pupils and myself found that noun phrases were maybe a little bit tricky, and especially in our writing, we maybe find it a little bit difficult to get our heads around to spot them. When in reality, one of the best things about this is there aren't that many marks available for noun phrases. So having scanned the past 7 papers, could only actually find 2 examples of noun phrase style questions, and they come quite far on in the paper. So we're going to take a look at those 2 examples, and this video isn't going to be very long as a result, but you can quickly get an idea of what those noun phrase questions look like. We'll give you a little bit of subject knowledge around what noun phrases are and how they basically just replace a noun within a sentence to a certain degree, giving us a little bit more information. All right, so we'll dive into that little bit of subject knowledge. I'll show you the 2 examples, and then I've got a few questions for you to have a go at the end. So that's noun phrases. Let's get stuck into it with our 16 weeks of SATs content. So, noun phrases. As we can see, noun phrase is very straightforward. Let's read through the explanation. So a noun phrase is a group of words that acts like a noun. So it's not replacing it, but it's acting as a noun. So its equivalence in the sentence is being able to spot it as a noun. Noun phrases include a noun and the words that describe it. So very, very simply, these are the words that are used as part of the noun to create it. And because it's not just a word, okay, a noun is a single word, because we have a group of words, that is a phrase, if it doesn't have a verb in it. Once we've got a verb as well, we're moving towards a clause and then potentially a sentence. So as we can see in these examples, we have a house, okay, we have a cat, and we have some apples, okay? Now, the key here is just to spot the fact that we have 3 words here, we have 3 words here, and we have 3 words here. So we've got the big house, so we have the noun phrase, okay, the big and house all work together to create a noun phrase. We have a cuddly cat, all working together to produce a phrase that tells us what this is. And then here we have some red apples. Okay, these 3 words are working to be the noun phrase. And again, if we look at the examples, okay, in each example, we have our determiner or article. In this example, we have our adjective, okay, and then we have our noun. And it might not always come in that order, but the noun has other words in these examples that are preceding it that give us a little bit more information or describe it to create the noun phrase. So really, really simple stuff. Now, if we take a look at the first example, our first thing to note is we've got question 49. So it's right at the end of the SATs paper. Write a noun phrase containing at least 3 words, so we can think back to the example that we've just looked at, to complete the sentence below. Remember to punctuate your answer correctly. And what this means is, if we look here, this is, because we've got the grammar paper, this is the beginning of a sentence. So what this is prompting you to do is to make sure that you use a capital letter here. So we've got space, was preparing for an important athletics competition. Now, in the normal sense of a noun, this might have been something like Jenny or a boy. So in this instance, we could just go with, let's think about it. Really, really simple. Let's make sure we've got a pen. Making sure you had a capital letter. The young girl, there we go, was preparing for an important athletics competition. So again, the same combination, we have an article / determiner, adjective, and then a noun. So we have a phrase operating as a noun phrase that fits nicely into the sentence. And it's that simple. We just need something to fit in that works, and we can get the mark and move on. And this next example is exactly the same. Same little warning later on in the paper. Remember to punctuate your answer correctly. So again, that's prompting you to use a capital letter. Write a noun phrase containing at least 3 words to complete the sentence below. And again, I think the key here is overcomplicating things, trying to think of like Jenny or Fred. And as soon as we put a name on it, that can be tricky to produce a noun phrase that just fits logically. And I'm just thinking nondescript about a person rather than naming them. So I'm just going with the friendly man. The friendly man opened the door. Okay. And again, it says at least 3 words. So let's just try and work with 3 words. We don't get any extra marks for using more words. It just complicates the situation. So I'm just going to make sure I have a capital letter, the. And again, if you want to keep it even simpler, we could just go with the nice man. I prefer friendly in the sentence, but again, the nice man opened the door. Job done, marks taken. And to finish off with, I've just got 3 examples doing exactly the same thing. Write a noun phrase containing at least 3 words to complete the sentence below. So just exactly like we've done in those examples, I've provided 3 opportunities for you to have a go yourself and produce something similar. So pause the screen and have a go at those.
And there we have it, noun phrases. And as I said, not particularly too much to worry about. We just need to remember that a noun phrase is a group of words that replace a noun. And obviously that group of words isn't going to have a verb in it because it is a phrase, okay? So number of words, probably more, as the question said, more than 2 words. So they're most likely, an easy way to do that is to use an adjective with the noun, okay? But have a go at if you haven't had a go at the examples already, go back and have a go at them. And again, the key thing moving away from this is if you're working in school towards your SATs or at home, is to not worry too much about noun phrases. Have that simple bit of information in your head about how they replace or they basically act as a noun within the sentence through a group of words as a phrase. And it's as simple as that. And the likelihood is you're probably not going to get a question on them. And if you do, it's only 1 mark. Okay, so with noun phrases, we don't worry too much about it. We take the mark if it's there and we keep working hard. So well done so far on everything that you've done. Probably if you're watching this video, you're probably not too far away from your SATs now, maybe 6 or 7 weeks away. I shouldn't have said 6 or 7, but well done for working hard. Keep up that hard work. I'm going to be releasing another video this week all about contractions. So make sure you check that out and there'll definitely be a few more marks available in there. And I'll see you all in the next video of 16 weeks of SATs.